So it turns out, if you combine a siege barracks with miners, you end up with an extremely powerful attack strategy. Make sure you hang in there to the end of the video because I'm going to be breaking down one of my attacks using this army composition in extreme detail. We're just going to jump right into these attacks and go over them as we go. Team Unique's coming in with the Queen Charge Miner, and that is basically what we're talking about, but bringing that siege barracks really gives you some added value on these, especially at Town Hall 13 because of the Royal Champion. We'll go over that in a minute, but this will also work at Town Hall 11 and Town Hall 12 as well. Heck, I guess it'll even work at Town Hall 10, but, you know, Town Hall 10's kind of gone out of the competitive landscape, so we really don't talk about that much anymore. Now, Queen is charging in on these attacks. You gotta create some pathing for your miners. You gotta pick up some value while creating that pathing, some high hit point defenses, some high value defenses, but you definitely need to create pathing and take out the enemy CC. Those are the only two things that you have to get for sure on a Queen Charge Miner attack, because miners are unlike most other troops. I mean, they can take out the heroes, either one, both, all of them if needed. They can even take down the Town Hall of Town Hall 12, Town Hall 13. They go back underground before that Gigabomb goes off. So, you know, whereas most troops, hogs and loons, things like that, you have to use your Grand Warden ability on the Town Hall. You don't have that limitation with miners. Here, if you look on that left-hand side, he's dropped his siege barracks, allowing the P.E.K.K.A. and wizards to come out and create the other side of the funnel for the miners. That's really valuable. You get that free P.E.K.K.A., the free, what, like 12 wizards or something that comes out of there. It's something crazy. Just extra troop space coming down, really cutting in that path. And then when it goes down, you're dropping out max hogs to work right alongside your miners, and they're very, very powerful. Now, what I like to do with my Royal Champion is a little different than what Team Unique did here. In fact, the last attack that we're going to look at on this video is going to be that I planned and executed for 3 stars at Town Hall 13, but we got miners, hogs, and Royal Champion in there all working together. Queen is already stuck on a wall at this point, and this one here just kind of illustrates how strong this attack is right now, because if you look at this last heal that comes down, everything just kind of turns away from the heal as soon as he places it. He really only ends up with a couple of miners in there, now just 1 miner. So basically a swag heal on this, and it's not going to matter. It's not going to matter. Still going to take out this base. This was a new base in a league war. You know what I mean? This is a heavy Town Hall 13, and basically swag and heal, gonna get it taken out anyways, guys. This is an incredibly versatile attack at Town Hall 13. In fact, I'm going to say this has got to be the most versatile attack at Town Hall 13. Beautiful hit by Team Unique. Jumping right into our next attack, it's going to be the same attack, just a different base. And make sure you stick in there towards the end, because I'm going to go over the plan that I did, the base that I hit with this attack in a lot of detail. I know it looks like he's got a Stone Slammer there, but he's going to select a Siege Barracks before he drops it. And here we go. We got a Baby Dragon just cutting in that side of the funnel on the left-hand side. That way, when the Queen comes down, she will walk to the right, not trying to circle to the left around after those trash buildings. Super important on Queen charges to be able to determine which way your Queen is going to go, and he has definitely made sure his Queen's walking to the right. Just kind of being patient at this point. Baby Dragon goes in there and suies itself towards the Royal Champion, but its job was already done. The Baby Dragon's job was just to get that funnel cut in. Another Baby Dragon on the right gets rid of those trash buildings. That causes the Queen to step up into the base. If you leave those buildings up on the right hand side, she never steps up in there. She just keeps walking around. So you got to guide her by leaving buildings up where you want her to go and taking them down where you don't want her to go. Man, just sitting there frozen under those ice golems while that scatter shot is raining down fire on her. And let's see where he's going to come in with the miners on this one. I would be putting my siege barracks on the left hand side by that mortar, letting the P.E.K.K.A. and wizards do their thing for a little bit, cutting that funnel, and then I would be starting my miners right at that multi-target inferno. He does not have a jump in this composition, so looks like he's just waiting for his Queen to beat through that wall. Sure enough, King comes down on the left, right where I would have put it. And then comes down the siege barracks to drop out those P.E.K.K.A.s and wizards, and you know, sometimes if your miner's getting a little far ahead, if they need reinforcement, you can manually pop that siege barracks. But if it's going good, other times you're just going to wait for it to pop on its own. But that health does steadily tick down. So if you play it too early, your hogs are going to come out too early, not going to be supported by the miners. It won't end well. He's being nice and patient here. He's still got his royal champion working in there. Where is the royal champion? See, what I do is totally different. All right, I do not send in my royal champion with the miners when I have hogs. Since the hogs have, since they direct target those defenses, and that's exactly what the royal champion direct targets, I always send in my royal champion right behind my hog riders, and I'll show you that on the last hit. They work so well in conjunction with each other because they're going to the same targets. The hogs provide perfect tanking for the royal champion, and then more times than not, you're able to finish off the rest of the base with that royal champion, if nothing else. Beautiful hit by Canadian. Here we got an attack by Nick, starting his queen up on the left-hand side, king on the right to funnel, making sure that queen walks to the left, but he's going to get a lot more value than that. I'm guessing he's going to be starting his miners right between where the king and queen are right now, because the king is going to continue funneling the outside trash buildings on that side. Queen is charging in. Once again, we got a baby dragon and a P.E.K.K.A on the left-hand side, trying to get rid of those outer trash buildings, making sure that the queen has nowhere to go but to step up into this base, take out that town hall nice and early, take out that enemy CC, and continue to create good pathing for the miners. Now, the siege barracks has gone down up at 12 o'clock. We got that. The king already died after popping his ability. He did some good work, but the P.E.K.K.A and wizards are going to be able to do even more work, continuing to funnel that side of the base. That way the miners can get it done with all those defenses inside the core. Now here we go. Siege barracks is getting ready to pop. Has he already played his royal champion yet? Let me see. I don't even see it. Where is his royal champion? I don't think he's played it yet, you guys. Am I blind? I might be totally blind here. No way he hasn't played his royal champion. Oh, he didn't. He forgot about the royal champion. Either that or he was waiting to direct target the eagle with it. We'll say he did it on purpose. I was like, man, I gotta be wrong. I don't see that royal champion on there anywhere. So he waits and direct targets the eagle with the royal champion. But like I said, I'll show you. My hit is going to be next. I'll show you the plan, and I'll show you exactly what I like to do with the hogs and the royal champion. They work so incredibly well together. This base is annihilated. Look on that left-hand side. Even after the queen got her value over there, he had a jump spell to help get her inside there so her value would not stop there. She continued narrowing that path for the miners, doing some tanking for the miners and getting some tanking from them in turn, working really well alongside each other. This is a really symbiotic attack when you can get your queen working right next to your miners as they go through the back half of the base. Beautiful hit by Nick. Alright guys, here's the base that I hit. I'm going to go over this plan with you. If you take a look right here, I'm just going to charge my queen right down here where she's going to be able to reach the town hall. She's definitely going to have access to the CC troops, and her job is just to clear out basically all of this stuff. Over on this side, right over here, I'm going to send in my king to come down here, make it as far as he will, continue cutting in the funnel, and then right up here is going to be the siege barracks. That thing's going to come down, drop out another P.E.K.K.A to continue funneling any of this stuff over here with the P.E.K.K.As and the wizard. From there, the miners' jobs is to come straight into here and continue working their way deeper into this base. Now that leaves a lot of stuff right out here still up, but by the time that the siege barracks comes down, it should be dropping hogs towards this direction right here. I back up those hogs with my royal champion. Royal champion comes in here with the hogs and is able to take out basically this whole section right here, leaving the miners free to just tear all the way through the rest of the base, all the way through the backside. If everything goes well, should have a queen still up, plenty of troops left over at the end. Alright guys, here we go. Dropping a loon first and foremost, just checking for those seeking air mines, trying to get those things out of the way. Queen's doing her thing. Sure enough, that loon does catch a seeking air mine. I have another one in this composition. Just being so close to the town hall, I figured it was such an obvious little queen walk area that I had to bring a few Coco loons, try and get it down. At this point, I realized queen's probably going to walk to the right, so I played my king a little earlier than what I had originally planned. So that way he could pop his ability early, get those buildings out, and force my queen to walk back to the right instead of going to the left. Now I got a poison down on the enemy CC, but I'm like one tile off on that poison, so although it's gonna catch the witches and kill them, my queen is stuck here dealing with that CC for a little while just because the skeletons are right outside of the edge of the CC. Not a big deal. She's in a rage. Still gonna get it taken out. Used a wizard over there on the right hand side. Next seeking air loon comes in right there next Coco loon, looking for those seeking air mines. Now we've got the siege barracks coming in up top to continue funneling that outside trash buildings. I had some buildings up here unaccounted for, so I went ahead and used a couple miners up there as well. Now look at this right here. Healers are getting ready to step into range of the multi-target inferno, and I can at least direct target it. So this is the point where the miners need to come into the raid so that I can keep my queen alive. Sure enough, here comes the miners. Warden's job is to stay with the miners. And then let's look at that siege barracks. The health is getting pretty low. I'm just trying to keep an eye on it. Use that warden ability right there where they're coming into both of those scatter shots because that is massive damage. Now here comes the hogs and the royal champion together with 9 hogs in there and a royal champion. You better believe I'll use the heal just for them if I need to. But enough miners split over there to where they're able to use that heal alongside several miners. Guys, this base is annihilated. Healers are broken off the queen. Not that big a deal though, because they've switched on to hogs, they've switched on to miners, so even though they're not on the queen anymore, I'm gonna continue getting good value out of them. And there we go, the base is annihilated. So we had a whole like section of the base unknown over here, but since we had those hogs waiting with the royal champion, with that royal champion, she's got plenty HP, does plenty of DPS, but once she pops her ability and gets those extra 4 buildings, you can get some big time value, and that also brings her health back up almost to full, so she can continue taking down buildings after that, guys. And that is, you know, all those things combined is what makes this a very powerful attack strategy, very, very versatile attack strategy. You guys are going to have a ton of success with it at Town Hall 13, but hey, I know you're going to have a lot of success with it at Town Hall 11. I'm not 100% convinced at Town Hall 12 yet if miners are really all that viable. I think they buffed them just a smidgen at Town Hall 12 with the update. I'm not sure yet. The jury's still out on whether that's enough to make them a real big threat at Town Hall 12, but at Town Hall 13, they're annihilating bases. Pretty much any base you could tear apart with this attack. Town Hall 11 still same. And yeah, combine that siege barracks with the hogs in it, with these queen charge miners, you're gonna have a ton of success. Friends, I'll see you in the next video.